Peace, love, and light. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today's video is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I pray that you are well, that you have your health, your inner peace, and that the universe has sent abundance and blessings into your life and will continue to do so. Beloved Aquarius. Now, I do have a new deck I want to share with you today. This is the Fated Love Oracle. I just got these. So we're going to tie those into the reading today. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram. And if you need to reach me, you can do so. You can DM me or you can reach out to me on my website. That link is in the description of the video. You can also shop for altar products, products for your Orisha, spiritual products are on that website. And you can book readings with me and services for birth chart interpretation. All right. So let's get started, Aquarius. The full moon for August, which is August 9th, is going to be in Aquarius. So I do see some of you traveling, researching, looking into different spiritual traditions, holistic approaches to health and medicine. You might be traveling and intentionally looking for different herbs or different approaches to your medicine or your practices, or just visiting a spiritual site, location. If you did not see the prediction video I did for you for the whole year of 2025, go back and watch that, because I talked about how Saturn is going to affect your money. Not just now, but for the rest of 2025. That's in that video, okay? Let's see. If you hear any noise in the background, I do have a new cat. I have a kitten, and he's in the other room. So if you hear him crying, there's nothing wrong with him. He hears me and he wants my attention. Okay. Aquarius. Let's see. There he goes. I'll show him to you in the next video. If we have time today, I'll show him to you. Queen of Cups. Okay. And the Temperance card. Are you feeling quite loving right now, Aquarius? Feel like being more loving? I feel like Spirit is guiding you to show your gifts, your empathy, your compassion, not just for those close to you or your partner, but for the people around you. Remember, I talked about that full moon in Aquarius. You know, Aquarius deals with global issues. Giving to the community, things that affect the whole. And I see you being very much in tune to how your gifts, especially if you are very compassionate, how your energy is affecting everybody. Okay. Some of you are coming to some truths within yourself, some realizations. You're going inward and realizing where you need to be, where you need to go, tapping into your purpose more. And it is divinely guided. You have a great deal of protection, a great deal of ancestral and spiritual guidance. You know, you have a whole team of spiritual guidance that is kind of pushing you towards your purpose. And you're realizing this. And it gives you a sense of peace and calm. Be on the lookout for the rest of this month, really the rest of the summer, I would say. Don't be surprised if you get some ancestral visits. Your ancestors might appear in the dreams. They could appear in your unconscious. Sometimes they pop up in the daytime. Depends on how aware you are of them. But I do see them having messages for you this month. Today's video shout out is to subscriber Ancient Earth Transmissions from the Stars. Thank you for choosing to subscribe and join me here on the channel. And thank you for choosing me to do your readings. I appreciate you. I'm grateful to have you here and all my subscribers. All right, let's get back to what's happening here. I see you being very giving right now, Aquarius. This could be giving of your heart if there's a love interest that you're thinking about. You know quite a bit about this person. You may have even spent a great deal of time with them. Could have built up a friendship at first. So you feel like it's a safe bet. It's okay. It's safe to let this person know how you really feel. Okay? All right. There could be a Taurus in your life. While you're doing your spiritual studying, your research, there's a concern that you won't look at all the aspects of something. So, for example, let's say you're studying the effect of crystals in healing, or different herbs and medicines and things like that. You're kind of concerned that you want to have all the information before you put something into place. And especially if you are giving advice or giving herbs or supplements or something to other people, you want to make sure that you're researching it properly. This is your concern. It doesn't mean that you're not already doing it. It's just that this is something that kind of plays out in your head. Like, let me make sure I have all the knowledge about something before I recommend it and before I also, put it on my own body, right? So that's a concern here. Some of you, not just now, but there's been a concern for your spiritual path, like what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be helping people. But I think if you just trust the process and divine timing, and also trust that you are doing the work properly, you're studying, you're tapping into the right information. You're not relying on just the internet. You go to the source. You go to the book, the hardcover book. You go to the library. You get it. Because I think there is this pull by the powers that be that is kind of pulling us from information that we receive from text and paper books, right? The old text, out of print books. That's what you want to look for, But Aquarius, I think you're smart enough to know you can't rely on Wikipedia. That's just not where we are. You have to get your real information from trusted sources. Okay. So I see that here. More research, more study. And in turn, some of you will be able to profit. Not that that's the motivation for what you're doing, but you will see a profit coming in as it relates to products. So let's say, for example, you are making some shea butters or some type of essential oils that you're working with, something holistic, something that people are looking for, and you are able to provide it. There is a possibility, an opportunity that money will come from you putting out some type of holistic product or service, okay? And the Ace of Cups is here as well. So I let's pull some more cards, but this could also be related to more self-love, more self-esteem, self-worth, self-image, because you are really tapping into your spiritual powers and your purpose right now, Aquarius. All right? And I see more so of that energy coming about as we approach that full moon. Now, let's pull some more cards. What are we going to do here? Let's do Guardian Angel. Oh, fell out. All right, this card is the Ten of Wands. You could be feeling a little overwhelmed. You got a lot going on right now, Aquarius, with your work, your side business, your side hustle, family. I see you not resting on the weekend. I see you working during the week, 7 days a week, basically, is what I see you doing. So make sure you take time for yourself. Take care of yourself. Take a break. Get a massage. Take a little day trip if you can. Okay. Let me see what else. Let's look at the Kippa. Imprisonment. If you have a 9-to-5, there is going to come a time when you need to address how much time you're giving to that 9-to-5. How much time you're giving to the rat race, to the corporation, to the big business that doesn't belong to you. Okay, how much of your time and energy and your space are you giving to that particular entity? And what can you do to start moving away from that, if that's your goal? Or what can you do to have more self-care of yourself, as opposed to giving all your energy to that job? That's what this card is. See, it's upside down. This is imprisonment, but it's upside down. But this has nothing to do with jail. This is about the things that we are bound to, and if we are in a contract with something that keeps us stuck. That's what this card is about. But it's in the reverse. Okay? Let's do some index. All right. This card, because the Ace of Cups is here, this card is also talking to me about if you have a partner, or even if you are considering moving into a relationship, the person that you're with has to understand the greater purpose that you have, and they have to be willing to give you the freedom. They have to be someone who's not insecure, someone who trusts that when you're away, if you're out of town, if you're just out of the house all the time, you're gone all the time, they have to trust that you are doing what you say that you're doing. Okay? So that's also the message here. Time. Pay attention to how you are utilizing your time in the day. I don't mean, have alarms and be a slave to the time. I mean, how much of your time are you devoting to yourself, to your rest and your care, to the people that matter? Okay? And I know sometimes Aquarius gets caught up in trying to do for everybody. Be very decisive. Be very intentional when you make decisions. Gemini cards reverse. So there could also be some Gemini around you who's very flighty, indecisive, wishy-washy. I wouldn't rely too much on them. And I wouldn't rely too much on them when it comes to advice or getting their opinion. Retirement. You still have a lot of work to do, Aquarius. Some of you are not approaching retirement anytime soon. Some of you are so busy that you're not even thinking about retirement. You're just not there yet, or you're not at that age yet. But also consider, as you're working and going about your purpose, what are you planning for in your future, okay, in the old age? Let's see. Let's pull an oracle card to tie up our reading. Now, these are love oracles, but it could apply to different things. But we did talk a little bit about love today. these pretty? I just love these owls on here. The cat agrees. There's nothing wrong with him. He just wants my attention. He's a beautiful black cat. I have to show him to you. Sexual chemistry is reversed. You could be so busy that you don't feel like doing the deed, you know. Make sure you're not ignoring your partner. Yeah. For those of you who don't have, you know, somebody significant right now, it looks like you're just so busy. Like you're not even worried about it, you know. You're not worried about it. But if you do have someone, make time for that person. Make time. If there's any toxic people in your life, people who doubt you, people who try to dissuade you from your path, who try to tell you not to give so much energy into other people, don't listen to that foolishness, because you know what God has placed upon you and what you have to give. If you are a healer, if you are someone very active in the community and you are doing good, righteous work, don't let anyone tell you that you're wasting your time, or why are you wasting your time on, you know, people who may not deserve it, or people who have, like, if you work with people who have addictions, they have trauma, they have emotional issues, things like that. Those are the people who are most in need, you know. And there are some haters out here who do not understand healers. And those are the people you need to block out and not listen to. Because you know your purpose, you know your path. And if you're still trying to figure it out, you know, meditation and the research and the study and just being still will help you kind of understand. The message will come to you, what you should and should be doing, should not be doing. And again, like I said, the ancestors will also speak to you if you're willing to listen. All right. That's my message for you, Aquarius. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. I will see you again. Make sure you check out my little videos on Instagram, the short videos when I'm not here with you for the full readings. Make sure you go back and watch your prediction video for 2025. You can also check out my series on the children of the zodiac, my series on dating within the zodiac, the men of the zodiac. That playlist is there as well. All right. I'll see you again. Peace.